Hello. I gotta go to my channel real quick because I'm actually doing a live stream. Mm, my YouTube studio. Go to my YouTube studio because. Oh crap! I have food. Let me move that away. Yeah. Let's see. Smash that. Uh. I think I'm going to get this link. Find the link. Uh, find the link. Uh, find the link. Uh, find the link. All right. Okay, y'all. So I, this is just a bunch of housekeeping stuff, real quick. I'm streaming. If you have, if you have any free time, come over and watch my stream. Come over and watch my stream. Autism acceptance. YouTube live stream. Actually autistic. Autism acceptance month. Okay, come say hi. What the? No. Okay. Okay, hopefully some people actually come and see it. So we're gonna do this one too. And this one. And I'm also gonna comment. Okay. Oh, sorry. That was probably like the most boring thing I've done in my life. So, uh, let's see if anyone's actually going to come. Oh, I'll just wait for a little bit. All right. I hope people are coming over to see my I need to go to the live stream. Jesus, there's so many. Oh God, Uh, there's so many of these live stream. Like, I need to go to my control room. Mm, okay. Manage the stream from the app. Uh, let me. Oh my goodness. It's like use the app on YouTube. Use my YouTube app. Oh yeah. It says I'm supposed. Uh. Sorry. This was just a bunch of housekeeping. And this is a bunch of housekeeping. So. Hold on. I'm just gonna have to do it from the app itself. Let me try to find. Okay. You know what? Forget it. I don't really care. Actually, probably might go to this one. Uh, yeah. Mm. Okay. I know this. I know like the first 7 minutes was just me doing a lot of these, a lot of just random autistic things, like a bunch of random things. But use the YouTube app on your mobile device to manage the stream. Yeah, so you can see chat. Hopefully someone comes and sorry about that. Everyone is everyone is very much okay, I'm actually probably also gonna go on Discord. So while I'm doing that, I really want to start talking. I need to actually start talking because it's about been 8 minutes and I haven't done shit yet. So, um, this, as you all know, this month is Autism Acceptance Month. Well, for most normies, they'd say Autism Awareness Month, and and I mean normie, like normie people. In this is this here. I got this from a job fair. I went to a job fair today, and that's why I look really professional right now. Like, not really professional, but enough. This was from the Starbucks booth they had, where you could actually apply to Starbucks right then and there. But they had like little cups, little tumblers, and whatever. And, whatever. Might as well eat my breakfast, what I was supposed to eat for breakfast. So, okay. So it's autism. It's autism for most people. It's Autism Awareness Month, but there's actually a big difference for me between being aware of autism and being accepting of it. So sorry, I'm looking at the computer. I have my laptop right here where I can actually monitor whatnot. That's why I'm sending like all the people so people can come and watch if possible. I have my I ate most of my breakfast while I was there, but the job fair took up most of my time, so I couldn't really eat this part, which is the one I was really excited for, which is my toast sticks, and I got 5. Let's see. Okay, dokie. Um, Let me see if I can get to the other one. So, but anyway, I'm here. I'm sorry it's taking me a while to get the stream going, but I really need to talk about this sort of thing, and it is Autism Acceptance Month. So I guess I'm gonna put it here. But okay, so at this moment in time, I have. So a lot of people don't really realize that I am actually on the autism spectrum. Oh God, sorry. And I'm actually on the spectrum. Not a lot of people realize that I am, and they think that maybe, like, they think that I'm just weird. I'm like, okay, I don't mind being weird. It's okay. I hope people are actually come to see me. It'll be pretty wonderful if someone actually came to see my live stream. I still have like no viewers, so if anyone wants to come and watch, I'm seriously still trying to get people to watch my video. Okay. So I am streaming as of right now. Autism Awareness Month is this month in April. Um, I don't like Autism Awareness Month. I'm actually more of somebody who is Autism Acceptance Month. Like, I really don't like Autism Awareness. I really don't like Autism Awareness Month. I like Autism Acceptance Month a lot better because it's just, for me, it's just I don't know. For me, Autism Acceptance Month is actually more appropriate. Hold on for a second. I will probably turn this over here for a little bit. I actually have something personal to do. Oh, oh God. Oh my God. Okay. There's a difference between being accepting of something and being aware of something. And let me just say that um, so I'm going to have awareness. There's the definition of awareness, which is the knowledge or perception of a situation or fact. And yes, a lot of people generally do know about or perceive a situation or fact, which is they know about and perceive the idea that people are autistic, deal with it. Like, but then there's acceptance, which sorry, which acceptance is the action of consenting to receive or undertake, is the action of process of being received as adequate, suitable, and worthy of a group of attention and of society. In the more psychological term, being accepted is for you being accepted by your societal norms and a person's assent to the reality of a situation, recognizing a process or condition without attempting to change it or protest it. And that's the biggest difference between autism awareness and autism acceptance. Excuse me. Autism acceptance is autism acceptance is what a lot of autistic people want. Like, we'd rather be accepted than just be told that you're aware of us existing. Because for me, if I know I exist, I know I exist. I know I'm autistic. I'm aware of that. But, and I know you're aware of that too. But I'd rather be accepted. You know, I'd rather you just not protest the fact that I exist. Or not just say any really ignorant stuff about me. That's all. But hopefully I am getting this across to you. What I guess the best way to talk about this is to talk about why autistic people aren't different from others. I mean, we just perceive things differently. We just act differently socially. In case with our social rules, we have to know the social norms, social protocol, and rules. There are some things that, let me pull up my shirt because it looks a little weird. There are some things that I believe people would have to understand that, I don't know, people would have to understand that it's a-okay. I'm gonna be a preview. If you hear my voice like echoing, because I'm trying to do the live stream, and yeah, hopefully it's working right. I am making videos more often, and I actually am writing the script to a video. To be simple, to put it very simply, actually, to put it extremely simple, in the most simplistic way to put it, you can't really be accepting if you are just aware of something. I don't know. In order for you to be aware of something, you just have to acknowledge its existence. But to be accepting of said thing, you have to understand that what the person's going through is different. Every situation is different. So, for instance, I hate these Aussie parents. Aussie parents are like some of the worst people I've met. I swear it. Aussie parents are like special education workers. They're the ones who probably be a little more condescending to people who actually are like a little bit more higher functioning, I guess. And I hope people are coming at some point, because it'd be amazing if they did. I hope people are coming, because I hope that'd be really amazing if they did. And now, very sorry. Uh, mm, I don't know. I just really hope that someday. I'm talking about. Okay, I think more people are gonna come now because I sent it to a bigger stream, bigger like little area. So yeah, I hope people come in now. Hello, if anyone comes in, hello. Uh, right. So anyway, autism awareness is different from autism acceptance. Okay, being autistic, most people are, for the most part, already aware of being autistic. Okay, but the other ones, I think the best way to describe it is like most people are already aware of autistic people being a thing, and anybody who doesn't think that way is just a dumbass, like a complete actual dumbass. But to be accepting of said autistic person's existence, you have to understand that you already should be aware of it. Like you should already be aware of being autistic, but you should also be aware, you should also try to accept that person, because being autistic is not, I'm not going to say it's the easiest thing in the world, because obviously it's not, you know, but I mean, I hear some people who think that ABA is a bad thing. I'm going to talk about a bunch of things real quick. I do actually, I'm going to go to my Tumblr. Yes, I do have a Tumblr because, I don't know, I just do. And I just want people to come over and see what I want to see. And, I'm looking for my blog. I'm going to my blog because I just shared something on Autism Awareness Month. I can't really say autism awareness, autism acceptance. Here we go. If you're going to spread autism awareness, then spread awareness that we still face workplace discrimination. And honestly, people with disabilities do face a lot of discrimination. But I mean, they're getting better. And I mean, if you appear to be more neurotypical, then that's why they won't discriminate against you. That's why I actually do for some, as much as I hate the social justice aspects and where a lot of communists go, like socialists go to Starbucks and whatnot. As much as I hate all of that, okay, as much as I hate all the SJW shit they do, the one thing can get across is that they are actually accepting of autistic people. Like they're okay with it. I spoke to a representative. She was okay with me being on the spectrum. She was actually very happy to see that someone on the spectrum was applying. Not only that, I'm also in college, so I kind of want that college tuition and the benefits and all that jazz. Need that shit. But I really don't think that if you were aware of something, if you weren't being discriminated, the thing is, autistic people are workplace discrimination. And if you want to talk about any sort of like discrimination, you don't think, yeah, women being discriminated? Nah, autistic people, just people with disabilities. Caretakers are killing us. Yes. Oh, that was like really horrible because I don't know why it did that. I don't know why I did that, but I am apparently not live anymore. But I'm good now. I'm pretty good. Mm. And now, let's talk about Starbucks. Regardless of what SJW things they do, like talking about how black people are oppressed and whatnot, Starbucks, I don't know, just they're actually accepting autistic people. Caretakers are killing us. Now, I'm not going to say anything about it because, well, in my experience, no one's tried to kill me, but I've been, I have been abused by people who, like my parents and whatnot, and gaslit because of it. She's like, I'm so hard. My parents think they're being hard on me. It's not just being hard on me, they're just normalizing abuse. And that's just a whole different thing regarding like mostly the black community, but okay, that's a whole different video. Big can of worms. Oh, it is. I can't imagine like actually being more severe and people trying to kill me. Autistic POC are killed. People of color are killed for acting autistic because it's suspicious. First off, I actually absolutely hate being called a person of color because it just sounds like you're coming with a progressive way to call me a colored person. It sounds a lot more racist than you make it seem, okay? And I didn't even know this was happening. Autistic people of color acting are getting non-white autistic people are being killed for acting autistic because it's suspicious. Like I didn't know this was possible. Autistic people in general are just getting a bunch of shit for acting suspicious. I didn't even know that was a thing. I wouldn't have thought that was a thing at all. But I guess on a little more less of a severe end, I would be more so. I did have one viewer, but someone left, so yeah. Um, they they just get killed. They don't really get killed, but they just get like I don't know. It's just sucky. ABA is not okay. Now I'm on the fence about this. On the one hand, they don't. I'm on one hand. I'm like, yeah. For some people, it's not going to be okay. They think ABA is when people think that doing normal autistic traits and stuff will not is bad because you're trying to get rid of an autistic person's personality. But on the other hand, I'm like, if you are able to like get used to becoming a a performing member of our society, or at least perform for yourself, then you should probably be okay with ABA. I'm actually decent. ABA is a little bit of a gray area for me because at one point I don't want to be the one that's like doing all these things that draw attention to me. If you think that masking isn't okay, which pretty much is like not like concealing yourself, like if you're flapping and stuff is your characteristics, autistic traits. Some of the erasing some autistic traits is kind of wrong for me. Like your hobbies and stuff, they just call it special interest. Just say it's a hobby. I don't know. But yeah, I really don't like that. I really don't like how they think AB is a horrible thing. But I don't think it's horrible. But I just, eh. If I actually get to work with special education people and learn what ABA is like, because I've had it applied on me, I don't think it's a terrible thing though. The Judge Rottenberg Center is still getting away with abuse. Of course they are. Autism Speaks supports them. And it's just really trashy, and a lot of neurotypical people a lot of non-autistic people are gonna be like, oh well, they do so. Autism Speaks does so much good, and Judge Rottenberg Center is for people with disabilities. Yeah, it's for people with disabilities to get freaking electrocuted, electroshock because they're getting punished. It's bad. Autistic girls are underrepresented, and it's all worse for autistic girls of color. Again, with that blank of color shit, it sounds like you're calling me a colored person, like a colored girl. Like, you try not to be racist, but you're actually being a little more racist than you would have just said non-white. Okay? I don't mind being called non-white, but I don't like being called a blank of color because it just sounds really backhanded racist. But you're just so progressive. Yeah, The reason why autistic women are underrepresented is because we tend to mask better. We tend to fit in with our surroundings better. And we don't want to be bullied because of it. And we see how autistic boys are treated. In fact, if you want to see something, autistic women actually tend to lean over and have more non-autistic male friends. Like, I mean, I was kind of lucky to have friends with both male and females, but autistic females tend to be along the same lines of a neurotypical male than a autistic male is. Autistic males are just different completely. You see how autistic guys get bullied. We don't want that, but yet we still get targeted. And it's like we just have to hide ours. We just have to mask ourselves. The only reason that's why we're being underrepresented, because masking is a lot easier. Masking is a lot easier, and thus it makes us actually misdiagnose, and that's wrong. And for me, that's wrong. I actually was glad I was diagnosed a lot earlier, but yeah, I actually did a lot of stuff that helped me become a functioning member of society because like have a job. But also, and lastly, Autism Speaks does not speak for us. This is the biggest point this person has. Auntie got moves on Tumblr. Autism Speaks will never speak for me. Ooh, look, they got rid of the Find the Cure. They got rid of Find the Cure. And oh, look, they got rid of Find the Cure. That's wonderful. But they didn't get rid of all. They got rid of Find the Cure. They got rid of all the other stuff they said before. Yeah, sure, they said they did that. They have a new campaign coming out this summer. Yeah, sure, but they support the Judge Rothenberg Center. They support a lot of trash. They're just really trashy to autistic people. There's two people on the autistic board, on the board of directors. It still doesn't change the fact that Autism Speaks made its money by catering to people who are just fearmongers and thinking that, oh my god, my child's autistic, they're never going to live a normal life. They're never going to live a normal life. It turns out some of them are just high functioning, like myself. Some of them are like level 1 high functioning type people who actually can do stuff. And some of them just don't speak. What? They just appeal to fear-mongering parents who think that they're a failure because they have an autistic child. Like, it's not fair to an autistic person. Really isn't. And now, I just really don't like that. Also, Autism Speaks likes to think that they're... A lot of charities support Autism Speaks. And I don't understand why they would. Like, why? But okay. In my response, I have responses. I have a response to said Tumblr post from Auntie Got Moves. It says, one thing that a lot of people get to have misguided judgment of autistic people. I'm against any sort of misguided judgment. But this sort of misguided judgment is very common amongst neurotypical people. Is that autistic people can't feel anything. And it's wrong. Because they do have strong feelings to things like animals and to things like animals and objects. They have feelings, okay? They really do. But just because you have a disabled child doesn't mean you can speak for everyone else. That's one of my biggest gripes about autistic YouTubers. They have to make everything about their autistic child, and if they don't, and autistic YouTubers, or even like autistic parent YouTubers, or just autistic parents, because autistic parents don't speak for you either. Most times these types of people will support Autism Speaks, so number one, fuck that. And number two, autistic parents typically are like the ones to be like, oh, my son Big Billy, he's like so and such age, and he still lives with me. He likes certain things. I'm gonna talk for everyone I'm gonna talk about my experiences with caring for a person on the spectrum, as if it's freaking universal. Like, Just because your son Billy does some things that are very somewhat similar to other people, like just because your son Billy likes to disassemble and reassemble vacuum cleaners and watch choo choo trains, that does not mean that every other autistic person likes doing that. Just because some autistic people have really big obsessions with Sonic the Hedgehog, like I mean I like Sonic, but like just because some autistic people are Sonic fans or are furries or are gay, that doesn't mean we all are. Okay? Autistic parents don't speak for you. Just because of your son, just because your child is nonverbal and rocks back and forth and does all this stuff, it's like, oh, I love my son. Most times I never see anybody on these types of little posts where they love their autistic child, love someone with autism. You never really see a lot of autistic people on those posts. It's mostly the autie parents. And they're some of the most annoying people I've come across. They talk down to me. Like they have spoken down to me. And I'm like, they think that my experiences are just like their sons, just like their child's. Like, no. Okay, no. Okay, no, no. It's not. Okay, just go, just goodbye. That's not the same experiences. I don't do the same stuff as your child. So, no, I'm not like that. And Alti parents don't speak for you, okay? Just like I can't speak for all of you, I'm speaking for myself. I speak for myself. Alti parents should not speak for you. Don't let Alti parents try to talk down to you and tell you what it's like to have an be autistic just because they have an autistic child. It's insulting to see these people. Very insulting. And now, for the one I probably am going to have like a lot of backlash for, I'm actually a little more pro-life, lean a little more pro-life in abortions. And there is a near eugenic level of getting rid of autistic children, and if they would get rid of autistic children and children with Down syndrome because they don't want to care for such a different child. You think it'd be much more crueler to let them live in this world instead of, I don't know, actually caring for that child and letting them live. Let them have a chance. Now, if they actually were going to die really soon, like if they're slated to only live for a few years, then yeah, I can understand that. But just because your child's autistic, just because you don't want an autistic child or a child with Down syndrome at that doesn't mean you can get rid of them. That's not being accepting. That's just being aware of autistic people. It's also a big thing that autistic people can't find love because they're not going to feel love. And it's BS. I am in a wonderfully happy relationship with my girlfriend right now. And she is just the sweetest person I've met. Ever. Don't say that autistic people can't find love. They can't find jobs. Because some can. I am actually very neurotypical. I appear very neurotypical because not only am I high functioning, I just mask myself a little better. But when you talk to me, no one really knows that. Until I mention a few things. I've gotten better with concealing my things. Like, I can drive. Don't say autistic people can't do certain things, because it's not true. Don't tell me that I have these thoughts, the fears of I'm never going to be able to find love because I'm autistic. I won't be able to get a job. I won't be able to leave my parents' house because of things like what Autism Speaks promoted. And the fact that my parents support them, like they support them, and every time I say I have a problem with Autism Speaks and I don't want them to support it, My mom just yells at me. Like, I try to tell her everything Autism Speaks does wrong, and she just tells me not to, and she just tells me that's just shut up. Tell me to shut up. Not only has she been abusive to me, it's just she just endorses an actually abusive organization sucking up your money and not actually helping any autistic people. Okay? So what I would recommend to is to support um I don't know about supporting Autism Women's Network, but I mean they kind of have they're definitely more SJWE. And I but I mean there's really no other real way to support them. Like I guess the Autism Self Advocacy Network, which is great. The British, if you're British, there's an autism. There's a really good autism organization based in Britain. So if you're from the UK, you have one there. The National Autism Organization, I hope, which I'm hoping doesn't support Autism Speaks, but they still do Light It Up Blue, which that's Autism Speaks. And if you light it up blue, you're actually like I'm not going to allow that to happen. Don't light it up blue. It red instead. Choose red instead. Choose red instead, and or choose gold. I don't know. It's just really ridiculous, and I hope that I really I hope that you guys if you missed the stream, which I mean literally no one's watched the stream. There's like 0 viewers as of right now. If you miss it, then my really long rambly stream, then it's okay. I'm not upset about it. I'm actually making a video. I'll make a video, like a more logical video. Not really about this topic, but about my Food Network videos coming and my script for my Once Upon a Time video. I am actually making it for real. And like I hope so. Hope people can come actually watch it. So I guess this is the end of the stream. And this is the end of the stream. I hope you guys actually come watch it. Actually, who anyone wanted to see what my stream was like, then yeah. That's it. That's really it. That's all I want to talk about. So, yeah. Thanks for watching it. Even if you're watching it after I streamed, which you probably will. So, I'm going to go and stop streaming right now. So, farewell.